Okay, and are we in? Are we in? Is it gonna happen? Oh, is it happening? It's
We are
happening!
live.
We've done
Yes.
it! So welcome guys to what round is this?
I believe, this is the fourth round.
Round
Fourth.
4 in
This
our
is the
Swiss
fourth
bracket.
round.
So we are back. Hopefully all the stream issues are gone and cleaned up. And we are going to be casting some Pokemon action for you today. PGP's tournament happening right across Mega Mopao. And what has it been so far?
It's been a crazy day today. We've seen a lot of Pokemon you don't see often. Like here, you actually see the Galarian Weezing at the start.
Yeah, so let's talk about these teams real quick. On the blue hand side, we have Jay Anonuevo versus Michael Delos Cientos. And what kind of matchup do you think this is going to be? You didn't see much of the teams, but I did notice there was Inteleon on. But looks as well going to be looking to try and get that ice moves on, going to get that Halo as well. Hitmontop can potentially get a little bit of that attention of course, a very good tank.
He does, yeah. Jay probably gonna lead with those with the Inteleon and the Vanillux just to set up the hail with a double blizzard. I can imagine, but with Chandelure in the group, he might not want to do the double blizzard. Might just want to go for the snipe shot there.
Yeah, and in the meantime, of course, that wheezing, the neutralizing gas, is really such a pest in the first place. So what does the neutralizing gas actually do in a matchup like this?
As you can see, the neutralizing gas actually stopped Vanilux's snow warning from coming off. So you actually don't see any hail on the side right now. So I can just imagine Jay maybe Dynamaxing to set some weather right now. We do see the Dynamax on that Inteleon.
Yeah, probably Matt's guys are later on, or even if that ice move can set things up. But in the meantime, Michael, I like the lead there, putting that neutralizing gas to start things off. Chandelure, of course, going to be good for utility, but we'll pop the protect to make sure that it is fine and dandy. In the meantime, Inteleon going to go for max darkness actually.
He does attack into the protect, but that's still going to do a hefty chunk of damage, lowering the stats of the Galarian Weezing. Maybe he just wants to get rid of the Chandelure from the get-go.
Yeah, it might just be, what kind of setup that Chandler has, especially if it does have those Will-O-Wisps later on. But in the meantime, there you go. Freeze Dry doesn't connect from that Vanillux, but that's gonna be
Change Sweep actually dealing a lot of damage to the Dynamax and Inteleon. He doesn't get the confused proc though. We'll see what Jay has to answer now that the protect is down from Michael Delos Cientos.
Yeah, and
at
look
least
at
without the double protect.
Look at Jay's roster right now. I see a little penguin with an ice head waiting on into the bench, and I feel like this is truly the crux of this strategy. Get that snow warning on, get a little bit of that weather happening, but Michael having the perfect counter pick, getting that neutralized gas to start things off, puts a stop to all those antics, and I feel like Jay is trying to figure out what kind of strategy he can move into the next few turns.
I feel like Jay wants to get rid of the Galarian Weezing in one get-go just so that he doesn't have to deal with neutralizing gas for too long, because he wants to make sure that the Galarian Weezing can't just switch in and out of the battle with ruining his plans.
But anyway, there you go. It's gonna be the Inteleon going for the hit this time onto the Conkeldurr, but of course it is not very effective. Good swap there, and then from Michael, but now he is gonna see the front edge of the Freeze Dry. Onto that Weezing, looking for the kill. 12 HP stays alive. Strangely this time, gonna go again onto that Inteleon. Still doesn't get the confused proc, but the Black Sludge instead, and the Conkeldurr gonna burn itself with the Flame Orb. This has to be Guts into the field.
It has to be Guts. The Galarian Weezing so bulky, even at the -2 special defense, it still tanks Freeze Dry like a champ. I can't believe it actually lived.
Yeah, no, it's staying alive and it's still breathing all those toxic fumes. Wide guard though here from the Conkeldurr and really stalling for time. It seems like this Weezing is truly just basically the full crux of the strategy. Conkeldurr, they're gonna take it.
Does go down. We have to remember though that on Michael's side, he still has the Dynamax ready and available. So we might see either the Gyarados or the Gastrodon on Michael's side. We'll see what he brought when he brings out either his next Pokemon or the Chandelure.
Yeah, the Weezing finally gonna go down. Those Freeze Dries were enough, and I'm expecting Jay to swap in and out that Vanillux. No, never mind. The Snow Warning is gonna get proc instead. Immediately, the Hail comes. And that is actually really interesting at the action. It really was the gas stopping the hail from dropping on down. Apparently, as soon as it's gone, the smog has been cleared, the weather is back. and Jay looking really good. 2 Pokemon up right now, but the
It is the
Gastrodon.
Gastrodon.
Oh, this is gonna be scary. Michael gonna go for the Gastrodon, and the Chandler still has the Dynamax bow. Will it be enough to turn things around?
The thing about Gastrodon and Inteleon specifically, though, is Inteleon has that snipe shot to completely avoid Gastrodon's his Storm Drain. So he'll probably attack into the Chandelure just with that snipe shot, and without Protect, we might not see a Chandelure for long. But let's see what the Gastrodon has to do to deal with both Inteleon and Vanilluxe.
Yeah, and the Chandelure has only exposed its Protect earlier on into this moveset. We haven't seen much from the Chandelure. It was a useful stall for time. Did take some damage though thanks to the super effectivity from Inteleon. We know the Inteleon does have the Dark move on. The Vanilluxe of course has been focusing heavy to try and toss that ice. I feel like a Dynamax is in order here for Michael, especially onto that Gastrodon to keep it alive.
Yeah, definitely. He still has the Dynamax, so it's better to use it than not, of course. We have to remember that on Jay's side, both Pokemon are at +1 speed because of that one max Airstream.
Oh, Sandler actually gonna get Dynamaxed here, and what kind of moves that will it come with? Probably it looks to Flame On onto that Vanilluxe, just get that kill. Protecto onto the Gastrodon, keeping it alive, making sure it's gonna be fine. Dark Pulse right now though on the Chandelure,
And it lives.
It lives.
Actually lives.
The Dynamax was enough. Freeze Ride though might get the kill. No, it's onto the Gastrodon.
Well predicted from the Gastrodon.
There you
see
go.
the Max Flare.
So it's gonna be melting that ice cream down into a cone, but it's
that's
gonna be
a
the
focus
focus sash. 1 HP to stay alive. Both sides really bringing out the cards here.
The problem now is that it switches the weather to
A sunny day.
the sunny day. That will probably not be enough to keep the Chandelure alive if he throws out a water move, but we have seen that Dark Pulse from the Inteleon. So.
Yeah, max guard right now from Chandler, looking to stall for time and telling to go for Dark Pulse yet again. Will get locked on now. Unfortunately here for the Gastrodon, water type moves gonna be weaker of course into the sunny day. Freeze Dry right now gonna be of course super effective against a water type Pokemon.
Water Ground especially, that's 4 times weak to Freeze Dry, and now Chandelure is just facing a 1v4 situation here.
Yeah, it seems like Michael just he was playing very cheeky here, keeping that Weezing alive, just trying to prevent the weather. But when the going got tough and the Pokemon got tougher, just not enough damage coming out from Michael's side. A lot of utility, but Jay will take this first one. That Life Orb Inteleon, so potent, so useful to getting KOs left, right, and center. And that is gonna be match number 1 there. So remember guys, this is a best of 3. And so far, so good in this setup. What do you think these two players can try to change into the next game?
I think the use of the Galarian Weezing has to. The thing about Galarian Weezing actually is it's very awkward to work around because not only does it hurt the opponent's Pokemon, but it also actively hurts your own Pokemon from using their own abilities. So if you're using a Pokemon that's heavily reliant on their ability, you might not want to bring in that Galarian Weezing for now.
Yeah, we'll see if Michael can turn things around. In the meantime, I'm really interested to talk about what Jay has in store.
I want to see that Ice Penguin.
What is the Ice Penguin? What exactly does the Ice Penguin do in a matchup like this?
So Ice Cube, what he does is he has an ability called Ice Face.
Yes, obviously his face is made out of ice.
So as soon as it works like substitute, but for physical moves only. As soon as it's broken, he becomes faster, and he loses some defenses for speed.
Yeah. But it can be such a good sweeper here. And looking at Jay's roster, he does have opportunities to sport it. I'm interested to see that Whimsicott, of course, it might have that Tailwind, make it even faster. In the meantime, Michael does have a Pikachu in the bench, so maybe a G-Max Pikachu, will it be enough to turn things around? Especially if he knows that it's going to be an Inteleon into the field. Of course, Lightning going to be so potent, and the G-Max just to try and get the paralysis on.
Of course, Jay can always just switch up his lead and We'll see what he leads.
And there you go, there's the Pikachu. I told you.
And we see the same lead from Jay. We see the Inteleon and that Vanilluxe.
So I like the adjustment here from Michael, but the fact that the Wheezing is not here, that Snow Warning is gonna proc. Now this is gonna be pretty much do or die time here for Michael. He's gonna be looking to potentially KO that Inteleon with that Pikachu. In the meantime, it's dangerous for the Gyarados to stay into the field, especially with the Vanilluxe looking to freeze dry any kind of water sources.
Yeah, freeze dry will probably kill the Gyarados unless he Dynamaxes. We'll see if he either Gigantamaxes the Pikachu or Dynamaxes the Gyarados. But we see a Dynamax from Jay's side. Will probably be the Inteleon.
Yeah, it's gonna need to stay alive, especially against the special attacks there from that Pikachu. But Pika Pika, Michael gonna be looking to try and get the fry onto the 007 here. But Jay, in the meantime, looking in charge with that Dynamax Inteleon. There we go, though.
We'll see who it is. Judging from the Pokeball, I feel like it's gonna be that Pikachu.
Wow, knowing your Pokeballs. Is that how it
you know that the Pikachu can only come in a Pokeball.
normal Pokeball?
Yes.
This is from the Let's Go Pikachu,
It
right?
is from the Let's Go Pikachu.
But you know, Let's Go Pikachu, looking for that G-Max. Who's gonna go first? That's the real question. It's the Inteleon.
Inteleon is way too speedy, but he does take that max airstream like a champ.
That's easy pickings there for the Pikachu. Of course, it is that electric type speed though. Gonna go on up, making sure that Jay really has that advantage. Inteleon gonna lose some HP thanks to that life orb. Here comes the Blizzard though, and it's gonna be the Pikachu stays alive, and here comes the Volt Crash. What's that Inteleon? Will it be enough to get the KO? It is gone.
The Dynamax. Inteleon's such a frail Pokemon, and now we get that paralysis on Vanilluxe, basically canceling out that max airstream.
That was such a do or die move there from Michael. If that Pikachu was gone from the first get-go, that is game, set, and match.
And we do see the Dragon Dance from Gyarados.
Michael knowing exactly how much his Pikachu is tanky. And that is some really good training there from the red hand side. But now Pikachu gonna get buffeted by the hail as well as the Gyarados. The Pikachu doesn't have much to live for, but it still will have one more get-go with the Volt Crash.
It'll probably get the Volt Crash the next one. Oh, and we do see the Hitmontop basically canceling out the attack boost from Dragon Dance. But we'll see if the Fake Out can take out the Pikachu.
Yeah,
if he does throw out the Fake Out.
It depends on what kind of movesets these two have in the first place. But yeah, the Pikachu will be trying to find a way to actually get on that hit. In the meantime, the Gyarados was looking for the setup, but Intimidate's gonna put it one down. But Vanilluxe, of course, Michael for another Blizzard, but that Paralysis is gonna be a big deal into the next turn.
You always have to remember that even Vanilluxe still has threat of the Aurora Veil, basically making he can make his Hitmontop tankier, or either the three Pokemon in the back. We do see a Max Guard from the G-Max Pikachu. The Mach canceling out the Mach Punch. What a good read from Michael.
Yeah, Michael gonna keep that Pikachu alive, but will it be enough to try and weather the storm of hail? Vanilluxe in the meantime taking that waterfall, and here comes the freeze dry. It still connects. Apparently, luck is on side of Jade there. Good roll, gonna be able to get the kill onto the Gyarados. 1-2-1 apiece. Dynamax only one last turn here for the Pikachu. It does stay alive. The hail not enough to get that damage done. And we'll see Michael now bring something else. Will the Wheezing be actually brought back? But cancel out that the ice, cancel out the hail warning, or will it be something else? The Chandler might have a good chance, of course, against that hit from top. Maybe that can Kelder into the field as well.
Right now, I feel like Michael's gotta feel bad about that Pikachu. It's begging for a Mach Punch to hit it. So it feels like it's dead weight right now, especially with the Conkeldurr.
But actually, you know that Michael can still use this Pikachu in a different sense. Jay knows that he has to go for the KO onto the Pikachu to prevent the paralysis. The Conkeldurr can set something up or go for the KO, get some damage done onto the Hitmontop. A lot of choices here for Michael right now. You can already see what Jay is going to be going into. He needs to get rid of that Dynamax Pikachu pronto.
He does. Otherwise, the Hitmontop will probably get paralyzed if he goes for the Conkeldurr. The Pikachu not long for this world. It's working like a one-time follow me right now.
One time follow me.
Hey,
look, I'm really big. Pay attention.
Oh, he does withdraw the Pikachu,
Oh,
saving it for later.
It's still gonna be alive, and this might be that Wheezing into the field. No, it's the Wheezing. I told you. So this is gonna be able to cancel out that hail warning as soon as it comes. There you go. Vanillux's gonna get brought on back. Oh, it doesn't cancel it apparently. It just prevents it from being cast rather. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Neutralizing gas only works as soon as something comes on that Mach Punch. Not gonna be able to get any damage. That Conk Elder though, looking to the same. Neither side getting much done.
Yeah, the hail already set up, so there's not much for neutralizing gas to cancel out. And we see that the neutralizing gas it cancels out the guts of the Conkelder. Not something you want with the burn.
Yeah, that's Flame Orb now hurting his own Conkelder. Interesting, he actually brought it into this one. I was thinking about his sweepers. I feel like a Gastrodon could have been a little better into this matchup, especially if you're going to keep the Wheezing in the back with your Conkelder. You can already see earlier on that was the plan, but he still ended up whipping out the Wheezing earlier on. So Michael might be shooting his own foot into this one, but this does prevent Intimidate Juggles. This does prevent the Vanilluxe from recasting the Hail Warning, so this is going to be the only instance of it for pretty much the whole game until that Wheezing dies.
Yes, we do see the Protect over from Jay's side. But the Wheezing attacking into the Vanilluxe, actually reading the Protect from the Whimsicott.
Yeah, the Whimsicott though gonna be able to stay alive. In the meantime, Blix does go down, so the hit on top gonna come on back. And Jay trying to juggle it and intimidate, but the neutralizing gas.
It won't activate, yes. But the thing about Conkelder is
it's already neutered basically.
It's neutered right now until the Wheezing comes off the field. The good news is he does have that Pikachu to buy him an extra turn.
I feel like Michael can actually swap out that Wheezing, put back the Pikachu in, and look for the Conkelder to get a one-hit KO onto these two Pokemon. The Wheezing has done its job already. It prevented the Hail Warning from being recast. It prevented the Intimidate from being recast as well.
The thing about
Fake out
neutralizing gas and the Snow Warning is right now the hail is on the field, so
Yeah.
you can't really recast it again until you wait for it to end. So in this situation, the only thing that's really cancelled out is the Prankster and the Intimidate.
Yeah, and I think that's a big deal, but unfortunately the Conkelder goes down, and now it is going to be the Wheezing with the 1 HP Pikachu basically against the world. Top and Whimsicott going to be looking to try and keep things alive. The Whimsicott earlier on went for the attack, I believe, so we saw something from that Whimsicott there in terms of direct damage. 7 HP though onto the Pikachu. Does it have any priority moves? Will the Whimsicott be able to use its ability to come ahead? That's going to be the real question here and now.
The question is,
fake out.
Can the Wheezing take out both of these Pokemon? As generally, these two Pokemon aren't known for their these two aren't known for their matchup against Wheezing, as they're both all of their offensive moves don't really hurt Wheezing that much.
And in the meantime, the Steam gonna be just burning up that Hitmontop. It goes down. It's a Whimsicott versus the world. Michael right now still barely alive, looking really good. That Wheezing is just so tanky, especially with the HP coming on back after every turn thanks to its items.
There's that Black Sludge keeping it topped up every turn. And we do see the problem with the Whimsicott against the Wheezing is that both its Moonblast and its if it has Energy Ball, it can't really hurt the Wheezing that much. He's going for the Pikachu just to get the kill on the Pikachu.
Yeah, 1v1 scenario, but Michael does have basically priority into
Strange
this one.
Team.
That Strange
Gonna
Team
kill.
yet again. Gonna go for the Whimsicott. Will it get the KO?
It still
Not yet.
does.
Not yet. It's not really the strongest Pokemon per se.
It is pretty bulky though.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
You trade something for something.
Moonblast right now though coming on to the Wheezing.
And that
that
is big damage.
It's a crit! It's actually a crit, and
And it
it's so
lives the
close.
crit.
The Strange Team this time should be able to get the KO,
And
and
it
we are
does.
tied 1 apiece
is
in
to 1,
our
yes.
round 4 matchup. So there you go, Michael turning things around. I told you the Pikachu was gonna come, and there it was.
That Pikachu swap out in the middle of the match actually saved them an extra turn, making keeping his Weezing alive for longer. Actually, the strategy instead of keeping it out at the start.
And by the way, guys, we are all here, and now you can see that matches are happening all around us. So it's really, really such a good way for the community to come together as one. So if you're hearing basically background noise, there's no way to go about it. We are at the center of all of this. We are in the middle of all the action. And how? What can you say about this event so far?
It's hella hype. You've seen these matches. You've seen that match, very close match from that Weezing. We were talking about the Weezing being actively disruptive for his own team, but it actually ends up being the anchor for that match.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Conkelder, I feel like Michael does need to do something about that Conkelder Weezing interaction though. It really hurts him in the long run. It's a big bane to his strategy, especially into future matches. I feel like if he's not gonna be able to keep that Weezing into the front, to keep it away from the Conkelder, he should use something else into these matches. What do you think about that, Paul?
He might want to bring something like the Gastrodon, especially after he's taken care of the Inteleon. Because, like I said, the Inteleon, basically, that snipe shot allowing itself to disregard the Storm Drain from Gastrodon.
Yeah, and just not gonna happen apparently to that poor Conkelder there. In the meantime, still we have seen pretty much every Pokemon Michael has to offer. On the flip side, Jay still hasn't brought out that Ice Penguin I see
That
there.
Penguin is the one we've all been waiting
I'm just
for.
really excited to see it, but I can see a few of the reasons why, especially if he sees the Weezing basically, he can't rely on
Ice Face.
and on the ice
Face.
we can't rely on the hail basically to keep him in this match. But here we go for the last time. BO3 of course, as is the standard in our Swiss brackets. Here we go with the match already. Jay on the left, Michael on the right.
Do you think they'll adjust their leads or will stay?
There's gonna be a small adjustment there. Chandler and Pikachu this time come together for Michael. In the meantime, it's Jay going for the Inteleon yet again, but this time it's the Whimsicott.
Yes, the Whimsicott, we've seen moves from it like Fake Tears and Moonblast so far. I don't remember if we've seen any other moves from this Whimsicott, so it could be hiding other moves to trick Michael.
And it can actually go for that lower on that special defense, especially with that Fake Tears. Could potentially put the Inteleon in a manner. If they're both Dynamax, can go for the KO, but we already know that Pikachu can't pack a punch against the Inteleon. It really depends though. It really depends on what the Whimsicott has to offer. Chandler, in the meantime, gonna be into the back line. Can go for a few Will-O-Wisp if it does have it. We haven't seen much from this Pokemon though. We know that it has a fire move in its repertoire as well.
Probably packing a ghost move as well. Shadow Ball, more or less. We'll see if we see a turn 1 Dynamax. Probably the Inteleon again, as the Inteleon has been consistent in Dynamaxing this match for him.
Yeah, he has to by this point, especially with the super effectivity on the other side. And the Inteleon, of course, just so good at getting pick after pick after pick, especially with that Life Orb in its arsenal. In the meantime, will Michael do the same? It's not gonna be a G-Max. Fake out onto the Whimsicott, and this might be Inteleon going for the KO onto that Pikachu, but instead it's gonna be onto the Chandler instead.
But it does survive.
Yeah, Focus Sash, still in the cards. I feel like Jay was looking to KO that Chandler with a little bit of a poke.
We do get a special defense drop, but I'm not sure how much that I forgot. I'm sorry. This is a special defense drop from Max Darkness, weakening that special defense of that Pikachu. But Pikachu already such a frail Pokemon. Not a lot that it can take, even at neutral special defense.
But hey, the Chandler got the Trick Room out, and I feel like Michael has that Gastrodon in the back, seeing that he went for the TR setup. Now though, the Pikachu should be able to go ahead of that Inteleon.
At this point, we could still see a Gigantamax Pikachu, but we don't see it this time. We just see the Protect from the Whimsicott. We'll see what both have to throw. We see a Heat Wave from the Chandler.
Chandler deciding, hey, I can go for the Heat Wave instead. Get a little bit of that damage done. And here comes the Thunder! Lightning and the Thunder. Gonna get that KO. Who cares about the D-Max? Who cares about the G-Max? It's enough to get the KO.
Who cares about 70% accuracy? You're always gonna land it.
It's always gonna work.
You just have to believe.
Bro, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And he took it like a champ and did so there. Now the attack gonna go down onto both sides, but but I feel like the Pikachu and the Chandler don't really care in this regard. Of course, Pikachu does have a few physical moves in its repertoire, but that Thunder showing that it's working on the special stat instead.
At this point, Michael is firmly on the driver's seat. He still has his Dynamax all 3 turns of it, while Jade no longer has his Inteleon. The Pokemon he's consistently Dynamaxed all throughout these 3 games.
And the Chandelier gonna be allotting a free switch as soon as it dies. So Michael gonna have all the tactical advantages in the world into this one. Little on top though can go for a few fake outs. Protect right now on the Pikachu, making sure that it's not gonna take any damage this turn. Rock Slide though, Hitmontop trying to spread things over. Good call here from Michael, but this is gonna be Chandelier going on down.
It's a good call not to go for the fake out on the Pikachu, because that could just put his Whimsicott in danger from the Heat Wave.
And there you go, Whimsicott instead gonna go for the Moonblast, protect there from the Pikachu. And we are both evened up in terms of numbers, but Michael is still having the advantage with the Dynamax in hand. Now the real question is, if we're expecting the Gastrodon, what else does he have into this pack? Will the Weezing come back out? We haven't seen the Deluxe as of yet. Seems like Jay has turned things around and changed things up.
We do see the Conkeldurr, to be expected in Trick Room, as Conkeldurr, a pretty slow Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true. And this time without the Weezing into the field, it can make it as strong as possible with the Guts.
Yes, the Conkeldurr, he wants to kill the Whimsicott because the Conkeldurr has consistently killed his Conkeldurr all throughout these games that he's brought it out. And he does withdraw the Pikachu. Let's see who he brings out. And it's the Weezing, like we said.
It's the Weezing. Are we wrong about something, Pao? It doesn't. The neutralizing gas does hamper what? Like,
I'm pretty sure it should hamper Guts, but
we might be wrong about this because
true.
It's just he's just so consistent about it in the first place. Close combat though, gonna be coming onto that Weezing.
We do see, yeah,
20 damage.
we see that close combat, and it just weakens the defenses of this Hitmonchan. Hitmontop, sorry.
Hitmonchan, does it have a big face, man?
The Conkeldurr getting burned, and we do see, we'll see what the Conkeldurr else has to carry versus the Whimsicott. The Trick Room only has 1 more turn, so for Michael, he has to make these turns count before the Whimsicott starts hitting harder and harder.
The Hitmontop gonna get recalled, gonna be able to just basically move around. And here comes the Vanillux, actually brought on out with the gas into play. There's gonna be no eyes into the field whatsoever. Protect right now on the Whimsicott. Conkeldurr going for the Rock Slide instead. Gonna be able to get the damage done onto the Ice Cream Cone. Here we go with the Smackdown. Not gonna be enough to get anything significant.
Yeah, normally that would probably deal a chunk more damage if it wasn't for the Galarian Weezing's neutralizing gas, because it has hampered the offensive capability of this Conkeldurr. Like in the games that he's brought out together, Whimsicott now has free reign to set up, or rather to just kill Conkeldurr as Trick Room's over. You can see we'll see if he throws out a Moonblast onto the Conkeldurr side.
Yeah, we'll see if it's gonna happen. But here goes the Mach Punch. Gonna be a quick gun. Oh, protect.
Onto the protect.
Good call there from Jay, but still Michael has not used his Dynamax as of yet.
And he does live.
1 HP and a dream, but the Burn might be able to get the KO there as soon as the end turn of the turn. And here comes the Strange Team right now onto the Whimsicott. Gets the kill eventually. It was enough. That burn was just too much damage onto a 1 HP scenario.
The Whimsicott living that Strange Team like a champ with 6 HP. We'll see the Pikachu come out from Michael's side. Remember, he still has his Dynamax. It could be the Dynamax Weezing, or it could be the Dynamax Gigantamax Pikachu. We'll see if he throws out the G-Max Volt Crash just to paralyze both sides.
Yeah, and there you go. Pikachu, of course, going to be that Volt Crash, looking for that paralysis, and it is going to be so potent as soon as it comes. Whimsicott and Vanillux both quite low. The Hitmontop on to the field can be swapped out later on. That's going to be the real question there for Jay. But here we go with the G-Max. It's coming. That Pikachu is looking to destroy into this one.
The Pikachu, here we go. Big fat Pikachu coming out for the G-Max Volt Crash. We'll see if it kills the Vanillux or the Whimsicott. Your big boy Pikachu going for the G-Max. Oh, we see the fake tears from the Whimsicott just to soften the Pikachu up a little bit for the Vanillux.
Yeah, that Blizzard. Oh, no Blizzard rather, because of that neutralizing gas. Can't go for it, but never mind. The Vanillux gonna go down to the Vault Crash. And now Jay gonna have one paralyzed on the field, the other one gonna be looking to go for a few punches, a few kicks, a few fake outs, but mostly stalling for time. Strange team right now.
It does
onto
kill the
Scott. Gets the kill. And Michael looking to just take this one by storm, saving his Gigantamax for the last moment. Michael looking really, really solid here. Hitmontop versus the world. Will it be enough?
Michael's shuffling of his Pokemon in this game is so cerebral. He waited for the threats to basically he wore them down until it was the perfect time to use his Dynamax onto that G-Max Pikachu. And now the Hitmontop is gonna have to take it. We'll see if it survives this G-Max Volt Crash.
Oh, that is too much, but still,
It
it will live with like a cripple here, paralyzed yet again. Will-O-Wisp this time. It doesn't even matter. No, there's no point. You can't put two stati together. Statuses? No, stati, dude.
Stati.
You know, cactus, cacti, status, stati. That's how you say it. But yeah, this is all game, set, and match. Michael still with one turn of G-Mac Mach Punch to try and fight for his life, but with the Vault Crash to just crash on down onto the Hitmontop. Michael gonna take this series 2-1, and what a match we had
What
there.
a match indeed. This was a close match all the way until the very last few turns. It's always been whoever manages that Dynamax better. And the thing is, we see from Jay's side that he Dynamaxed very early on in each game onto his Inteleon, probably to take care of that Weezing and Chandelure that he kept bringing out every single time.
Yeah, and there you go, guys. A lot of comments though onto those teams, and we'll see if everyone else can adjust accordingly if they face off against one of these two players. We are going to be back for round number 5 in just a bit. We're making sure round 4 is all game set and done, and we'll be right back.